Have you ever looked at one classroom that's just humming along, a well-oiled machine, and then another one that's pure chaos? Ever wonder what the secret is? Well, it's not luck, and it's not about just being the strictest person in the room. It's a skill. And in this explainer, we're going to break down how you can go from just dealing with classroom chaos to actually leading and creating an amazing learning environment. Okay, let's get into it. So to really wrap our heads around this, I want you to picture something with me. Let's call it the tale of two classrooms. First, imagine you walk into this classroom, and this is what you see. In one room, students are shouting over each other. A few are just scrolling on their phones. You've got a couple of kids in a full-blown argument in the back. The teacher? You can barely even hear them over the noise. Now, picture a different room. Here, students are dialed in. They're respectful, they're having deep discussions, they are actually learning. The whole vibe is just productive, positive. So what's the fundamental difference here? What's the magic ingredient that gets you from that first chaotic room to that second focused one? Well, the answer is classroom management. And look, this isn't just about discipline. It's a craft, it's a strategy, and honestly, it's the foundation that all great teaching is built on. To really get this right, we have to start with a huge mindset shift. This is so important. We've got to move away from the idea of controlling students and move toward the idea of managing the environment. It's a total game changer.
So let's be super clear on what we mean. Classroom management isn't about having a bunch of roles just for the sake of it. No, it is the deliberate, intentional practice of creating a space, physically and emotionally, where learning can actually happen, where it can thrive.
And you know, when you get this right, the payoffs are massive. You're building mutual respect. You're slashing disruptions. Student engagement goes way up, and because of all that, academic performance gets better. It's literally a win for everybody involved. This quote right here just sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. You should write this down. You don't manage subjects, you manage environments. Your main job isn't just teaching math or history. It's being the architect of the space where that learning takes place. Okay, so with that new mindset locked in, let's get practical. It's time to open up the strategic toolkit. We're gonna break down 6 essential keys to help you build that amazing, orderly, productive classroom. Think of these 6 strategies as the pillars, the core foundations you're gonna use to build your ideal classroom. Let's get to the first one. All right, strategy number 1, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to set crystal clear expectations from the second your students walk in on day 1. That first week, it's not just for get-to-know-you games. It is for laying the entire foundation for the rest of the year. They need to know exactly what the rules are, what the routines are, and what the consequences are. No ambiguity. And this is why you've got to be specific and positive. You know, just saying don't talk is vague, it's negative. But saying raise your hand before speaking, that's a clear, positive, and doable instruction. You should post these expectations, talk about them, and yeah, even practice them. Strategy number 2 is all about the human connection. It's really that simple. Students are so much more likely to cooperate with teachers they actually know and respect. We're talking about the simple stuff, taking the time to learn their names, asking about their interests, and really listening. Remember this, relationships come first, always. You know, the education expert Harry Wong put it perfectly. He said, effective teachers manage procedures. Ineffective teachers discipline behavior. And that's the whole key right there. When you're proactive, when you build those relationships and manage your procedures, you spend way less time reacting to problems. Which brings us to our third strategy, establishing strong, predictable routines. I'm telling you, routines are your secret weapon against chaos. Why? Because they automate behavior. When students know exactly what to do and how to do it without even thinking, you get rid of a million tiny decisions and potential disruptions. Just think about all the key moments in your class. You should have a clear, practiced routine for how students enter the room, how they turn in their work, how they move from one activity to the next, even how they ask for help. This structure frees up so much mental energy for everyone, so you can all focus on what matters, the learning. Okay, strategy 4. This is about flipping the script and focusing on what's going right. You've got to catch your students being good. Instead of always pointing out what's wrong, narrate the positive. A simple public comment like, hey, I love how Ahmed is ready with his notebook, encourages that exact behavior in everyone else. And hey, when you do need to make a correction, Try to do it privately. It preserves dignity and builds respect. Our fifth strategy really comes down to a simple truth. Bored students cause problems. It's just a fact. An engaged student doesn't have the time or the energy to act out. So that means your lesson plan is actually a management tool. Use active stuff like think, pair, share, plan cool group activities, ask questions that are actually interesting. Trust me, an engaged classroom is almost always a well-managed one.
And our final strategy, number 6, stay calm and stay consistent. Your authority does not come from how loud you can be. In fact, yelling completely weakens your position. Real authority, it comes from calm confidence. It comes from being fair and predictable. When your students know that the consequences are the same today as they were yesterday, they learn to trust the whole system you've built.
So, now you've got your toolkit, but let's quickly talk about the common traps, because knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do. Think of this as learning how to navigate the pitfalls on your journey to becoming a classroom architect. So here are 5 huge mistakes you've got to avoid. Number 1, trying to be their friend before you're their teacher. 2, letting the little things slide, because they always grow into big things. 3, being inconsistent with the rules. 4, using public callouts or humiliation to discipline. And 5, talking more than your students. Seriously, let them do more of the work. All right, let's bring this all home in our final section. It is time to completely reframe how you see your role. You're not just a manager, you're not a disciplinarian. You are the architect of your classroom. This is about leadership, not about fear. And this final quote it says everything. True discipline isn't about punishment. It's about providing the structure that lets every single student feel safe, feel respected, and feel ready to learn. Look, you've got the mindset, you have the tools, you are the architect. So the only real question left is this: with all these strategies in your back pocket, what's the very first thing you're going to build to create your ideal learning environment?